right here. But I'm going to also use the open D string right here, and there. And that'll be the G is the minor third. But here's where it gets interesting. When I add the F sharp on top, that creates the minor ninth. That creates a ninth in the chord, which is a nice sound. And then I'll release it to the open E string. So I'll have this now. Right? So I wanted to just stay away from an ordinary E minor chord, so I added the ninth on the top, and then I release it to the open E. So now I'm putting this together like this. Okay? But that's such a great melody right there that I hear against this. And I want to keep going with that. I want to do something to keep that in my progression. So why don't I add that again to the C chord? What happens if my next chord is the C chord? Why can't I just take this and put a C in the bass? Keep everything else the same. I can do that because these notes are all in the key of G, which is my progression's in the key of G. So I'm just going to put the root in the bass and then leave these notes the same. And now I've got a very interesting C sound. It's still a C chord. It's just a fancy C chord. It's like a C9 sharp 11. You probably don't understand that yet, but it sounds good, doesn't it? You hear? Creates a much more interesting melody inside the chords. Okay? And I'm just trying to be creative about adding notes and flavors to my open string chords or my bar chords or whatever I can find that's going to be inside the key but still make it fit musically. Okay? And then the last line, it says G over B. So what I'm going to do here, instead of just playing G over B, we know from our last lesson that we added a major seventh, right, with this voicing right here. So I'm just going to play the G major over B, but I'm going to make it a G major 7. Because listen to how much more interesting that G major 7 over the B is. It's really kind of compelling to hear that. So I'm going to write that G major 7 over B and play that. So I had, sorry. And that's cool because it ties in the F sharp that we've been hearing on all these chords together. So that's a really nice, consistent sound there. And then what am I going to do on the C here in this position? How about if I add the ninth inside of this typical C chord? I'll add the ninth right there. So I have C major, but I have the ninth added to it right here. Okay, so now I have right. Okay, and then finally, to get back to the last couple bars, I have 3 major chords in a row. I don't want to do that now that I got all this cool stuff going on. I'm going to add some more flavor to it. So I'm going to do the treatment I did on the C chord, and even the G chord is to add the ninth. So in this position, I'm going to make this chord, this a typical major triad in this position. I'm going to do it like this. Okay, so what do I have here? I have 1. This is the ninth. This is the 5th, and the ninth. So it's lots of ninths. There's 2 ninths, and 1 root, and 1 5th. So there's not even a third in the chord, but it sounds interesting that way. If I even did it all the way down to the D. Or maybe. There you go, look at that. How about that for a D chord? did I do that was cool with the D chord? Here's the typical way to play it. What I did is I said, let's get rid of the open G here, or the A, and let the open G ring. And then you can hear an interesting sound inside the chord, which is D, F sharp, ringing against the open G. And then you get that great half step sound in there. Okay, so now we've got and then back to the top. Okay? So, pretty basic chord progression, but with all these extra things that I'm doing to it, it's making it sound really interesting. Okay? So check it out. Let's try from the top and see what we've got here. I'm going to play it once to show you, and then I'll play it slower for you so we can practice along with it. But here's what I came up with. 2, 3, 4. Okay? That's a little fast if we just learn those chords. So let's do it like this. Let's slow it down a little bit for you here. In fact, I'll be right back. Okay, so let's go over it slowly together so that we can make sure that you get the voicings down and you can see how I'm doing it, and I've got it slower for you so we can practice along. So here's what it's going to sound like. Once again, we're going to do this. This is what we're going for. On the third and the fourth time, because we do it 4 times, you might go. All I'm doing there is arpeggiating with my right hand. That makes it more interesting. Okay, so on the third and fourth time, maybe you can do that. Okay, and then when we go to the B section. Here we go. Slower with you guys. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now arpeggios. guys. Beautiful, just making it up. But the chords are interesting, and that's what makes it fun to play. Signing off for now. I hope I gave you some stuff to think about over these next few lessons, okay? So check that out with your next time you come up with some chords and you want to dress them up a little bit, make them more interesting. Think about some of the techniques that we learned in this lesson today, okay? I'll see you next lesson.